Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. Live streaming tonight. Got to see Spider-Man Far From Home for the second time, so got more things I want to say about that movie. So I figured that would be a nice topic for today. Now, just to let you guys know that yes, Spider-Man, the spoiler discussion is the main topic, but we're not going to stick to just that topic, just letting you know. That's just the main topic because, since it came out this past weekend, the algorithm and stuff, that's what people are looking up. But if we go off topic, we start talking about like Stranger Things or something in the DCEU or Little Mermaid or something that's more topical, by all means, we can go in that direction. This is just simply the main topic, which is Spider-Man Far From Home. Because, like I said, I seen it for the second time last night, and believe it or not, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. I already know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. Bring on the shit, though, because I actually kind of, when I left that theater the first time, when I seen it Wednesday with Chris and Adam during our review, I said, I give it a 7.5. I'm actually going to knock that thing down to about 6.5, maybe even a solid 6. And because I just, the things I disliked about it the first time, I disliked it more the second time, if that makes any sense. It makes any sense. The stuff I disliked more. So I'm going to knock that number down from a 7.5 to a 6.5. Didn't even bother staying for that final end credit scene because it's so irrelevant, but yeah, just everything in the school just bothers me, or with the children and stuff, just bothers me to no end. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I've been getting a lot of hate mail since Wednesday night. People, complaining, saying, "Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I love this movie." And look, never once did I say you can't love the movie. I don't understand the concept of that, right? Like, I'm telling you how I feel about the movie. Never once did I tell anybody how they can feel about the movie. I mean, you can have that thing as a perfect 10. If that's what you like and you think it's a perfect 10, by all means, make it a perfect 10. Me, however, sorry, 6.5. I went down on my number. Because it really, it really didn't pick up until that first Mysterio fight. And then, the finale, of course. But other than that, I don't know, man. I just had problems with the movie more the second time I seen it. Boom. Okay, all my cameras working. So, yeah, let's talk about Spider-Man Far From Home. Like I said, we'll get into other topics, of course. This isn't strictly just a Spider-Man show tonight. But that's the main, that's the topic, right? That's the topic that everybody wants to follow. I actually think the more interesting topic is the whole, aerial thing. But, people probably don't want to talk about that too much. Like, you're really treading water on that one. But I kind of stand by my statement with the aerial thing. So Spider-Man Far From Home, I'm really upset with the children stuff, the kid stuff. It's like, out of everybody that gets, snapped, who went through the snap, they call it the blip, which is stupid. None of Peter's friends get stuck in the blip. Really? They all just mysteriously got snapped together. Isn't that convenient for the plot? And it just bothered me. Like, you could have done that with Ned. You could have done something where Flash Thompson didn't get snapped. And maybe he's been working out for the past 5 years or something. I don't know. It's just, that part really bothered me. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal killed it. Absolutely killed it as Mysterio. I think if it wasn't for Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, I think this movie would be about as bad as Homecoming. The one thing I will give this movie credit for all day long is they actually made Spider-Man Spider-Man. They actually made Spider-Man Spider-Man. He figured shit out for himself. He improvised when he had to improvise. Yes, he didn't have his quips, and his spider sense is called Peter Tingle or some stupid shit like that. But I came to the reality of this isn't my Spider-Man, and I accepted that. This ain't my Spider-Man. So It is what it is, and it all that it is. The mid credit scene, with Peter's identity being revealed, who knows how that's even gonna go? Who knows how that's gonna go? I have a feeling if it was really that important, then why wasn't that in the main movie? Like, why went to go see it last night? Like, more than 50% of the theater left at the credits. They didn't even see the reveal of Peter being revealed as Spider-Man. So you would have to think if it was that important that the creators wanted everybody to see, they would just put it in the main movie, right? Maybe it's gonna get maybe it's gonna get resolved somewhere else in another movie, perhaps, because it's gonna be at least 3 to 4 years before we get another Spider-Man movie. Maybe it gets resolved in a Doctor Strange movie or something like that. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm currently watching Stranger Things. I took a break. I have 2 episodes left that I'm gonna finish up as soon as I get out of this live stream. I'm gonna go finish those up. But yeah. So I'm really liking the season so far. Didn't really have a chance to watch too much yesterday because I went to the Halo convention. That's why I got this cool ass, Elite Escape shirt from the Halo Panic Room. Which was pretty cool. And then I was out on a date last night, and that's when we went to go see Spider-Man Far From Home. And yeah, so didn't really much time to watch much Stranger Things yesterday. So I'm catching up on today. But here's a great thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about Aunt May. Let's talk about Aunt May for a second. I can't believe I honestly can't believe I'm saying this, but I came across a video that Jeremy did about Aunt May being a sex symbol. And sadly, I have to agree with this. I can't believe it, right? I should be washing my mouth out with soap. But sadly, I have to I agreed with him all the way up until he said the Amazing Spider-Man was trash. Then I just shut it off. I'm like, dude, you were doing so well, and you had to take it to the next level. Like, couldn't you just end it on a high note? But no, you had to stick that knife in at the end, Jeremy. You had to stick it in. But yeah. So Aunt May is clearly a sex symbol in this weird, because why is she a sex symbol in the Disney films, right? And here's the thing, right? And this is what I mean. So, in Captain America Civil War and Homecoming, we know Aunt May is played by Marissa Tomei. Everybody pretty much loves Marissa Tomei, right? My cousin Vinny, that skin tight dress she be wearing. She was a stripper and a wrestler. She played in a lot of movies. But Marissa Tomei, oh my God, I remember being like a young kid watching her on My Cousin Vinny, just like, oh, okay. So that I know that feeling. That's the Robert tingles that I feel. And yeah, and we have in Civil War and Homecoming, Tony constantly hitting on her. Then in this movie, Happy's constantly hitting on her. The people at the sandwich shop in Homecoming were talking about how hot she was. So I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. It's like Disney's all about, hey, we're not about sexism. We're about Me Too and all this bullshit and jazz, and that's great. So why is Aunt May a sex symbol now? Why did you decide to cast young? Well, Marissa Tomei ain't super young. She's like in her 50s, but she looks fucking gorgeous. Why did you cast Marissa Tomei as Aunt May? And another thing that Jeremy said that I really agree with is, you look at Sam Raimi. This was actually in the Amazing Spider-Man. We got a super chat coming in from W. W wrote, I think the real reason for the backlash for Ariel is the lack of comic book reading. They have race and gender swaps for years, and yes, even Black Panther was white for a time in the comics. Is that true? Is that true, guys? Was Black Panther white in the comics for a time? Yeah, that's kind of a fucked up thing to do. I have no idea if that's true or not. Somebody's gonna have to let me know. I don't know if the backlash is for lack of comic reading. You're right. In comic books, there has been gender swapping and race swapping for decades. It's nothing new in the comic books. But that has nothing to do with the lack of you. The problem is there's a lot of ignorant people out there. Okay. Now, I remember Autumn came up to me and she's like, they just cast Ariel. I'm like, who? And she showed me a picture, and it was Halle Bailey. And I was like, I will wait judgment until I see it for myself. You know, the trailer at least. Would that be the first casting I've chose? No. Now, I'm kind of interested in this because the director came out and said that out of everybody he interviewed, she was the one. She was the one that had the joy and the fun, and what the hell just fell? I don't even know what fell. Right? She was the one. Okay, that's fine. Did you cast multiple people? Were you going in casting only black actors because you wanted to make her black? Did you cast multiple races? Did you cast Hispanic girls, white girls? You know, all kind. Did you cast all kinds? Like, did you interview from all different races, or was it strictly African American? And if you did do all different races, she was the best. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I don't care. I honestly, 150% do not care. One reason why I do not care is because I'm not going to see the movie anyway. I'm just not. I have only seen 3 of the Disney live action remakes, and only 2 of them I liked. Right? I hated Beauty and the Beast. I'm an OG fan of Beauty and the Beast, the animated movie. OG fan. Okay? And I hated that movie. That movie butchered the animated film. I seen Pete's Dragon. I really enjoyed. I seen Jungle Book. Really enjoyed. I'm going to be seeing Lion King. I didn't see Maleficent. I didn't see Cinderella. I didn't see Alice into the Looking Glass, whatever the fuck that thing was called. I didn't see what was the other one? Aladdin that just came out. I didn't see Dumbo. I do not care. Right? I do not care. I can watch the originals, the animated. I can watch them. They're on Blu-ray and 4K right now. If you do not like Ariel being casted as a black actress, guess what? Go to Walmart and pick up the Blu-ray and watch it. You have it still. They're not taking it away. They're not taking it away. This is Disney just saying, hey, we casted. Now, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if they casted or interviewed people from all different races. I don't know if they interviewed Hispanic and white girls too. If they did, great on them, because they weren't going in specifically looking for a gender. It wasn't like, oh, we got to cast a white girl with red hair. You know, they're like, look, we're going to interview a bunch of them. We're going to pick the best one. And from what the director said, they interviewed a bunch of them, and Halle Bailey was the one they decided to go for. So good on them. Good on them. Right? And she's a singer. She sings. She's a singer. She's on a show called Grown-ups. Gotta be honest with you. I watched clips of her on that show earlier today before I did my video. Not impressed with the acting. Not impressed. But am I gonna sit here and start tossing hate mail and signing petitions and saying I wish she would die and all that? No, come on, dude. Don't be a jackass. I mean, she got cast for a job. You know, if you don't like it, vote with your wallet. Don't see the movie, right? Like vote with your, like Aladdin looked like shit, right? Big fan of the chick that plays Jasmine, Naomi Scott. Big fan of Naomi Scott. Sorry, not worth me going to see the movie. I'm totally against Will Smith playing the genie. I think Jafar looks like someone that should be at the Quickie Mart. That's a joke, pretty bad joke. But Jafar did not seem intimidating. I heard from a lot of people, Aladdin's a great film. I'm sure it is. I don't want to see it though. So that's the thing, right? Little Mermaid might come out, might be like the best film of the year. If you feel like this ain't your Ariel, you have the right to vote by not spending your money to go see it. It's very simple, guys. It's very, very, very simple. It's not complicated. I right before I got on, I seen people writing on here talking about signing a petition almost at 5,000 signatures. Get 5,000 signatures for something more important like fighting cancer or feeding starving children or getting pets or homes for pets that are stranded. Do something more important. We got another super chat coming in from Dwayne. I saw a comment earlier today with a theory that Disney casting Halle Bailey for Ariel was to avoid confusing with Mira from Aquaman. That's kind of stretching, man. That's kind of stretching. I believe you saw the comment, but I believe the person who wrote that comment is really trying to stretch to say oh my God, that's just a horrible thing. Yeah, we're casting this young black actress to play Ariel, so there's not gonna be any confusion on Mira and Ariel. Really? I'll tell you what's not the confusion. The Little fucking Mermaid. It's not that hard. Mira does not have a fucking fin for an ass. Okay? Mira's got some ass, let me tell you. But she doesn't have two fucking fins where her fucking cooter should be. So that one's by Amber Heard, who's in her late 20s, right? In a DC Aquaman movie. The other one is going to be a teenage girl with half fish body. And it's going to say The Little Mermaid. There's not going to be anybody confused about that. If someone's confused about that and be like, oh, is this Aquaman too? Like, really? Then you're stupid. Not you, Dwayne, but people who might think that is stupid. This is Disney simply saying, look, nowhere does the character have to be white. We feel that Halle Bailey is the best choice. We're going to go with Halle Bailey. Would I have chose someone else? I can think of a lot of people I would have chosen, over Halle Bailey, to be honest with you. And let's not kid ourselves. The least of our work, and this is the real reason why I'm not going to go see the movie. This is the honest to God real reason why I'm not going to see this movie. Has nothing to do with Halle Bailey or all. The Little Mermaid is going to get neutered bad in this adaptation. Bad. And what I mean by that is Disney's all about, political correctness, SJW, and all this stuff, right? So what is the story of Little Mermaid? It's this girl who has a crush on oh my God, what was the fuck his name? Prince, oh my God, it ain't Prince Damien. It doesn't matter. It's about this young girl who has a crush on this guy on land, and she gives up her voice and everything to go on land. So there's no way in hell Disney is going to do a movie where they let a girl, a female character, give up everything in her life for a man. They're not. They're going to rewrite that story to make it more modern, right? And if you think Ursula is going to be like, I'm taking your voice, and then she'll be like, well, what am I going to do without a voice? You know the song. Oh, come on, girl. You could do so much without your voice. Look at you. Look how hot you are. Use your body. All that stuff. That is really edgy back in the day. There's no way that fucking storyline is going to flow and today. There's no way that storyline is going to pass today. Right? I think they should keep it 100% to that story. If you're going to adapt the live action or in the animated film to live action, you should keep that story. There's no way in hell Disney's going to let this young girl give up everything for a man, and they sure as hell ain't going to have Ursula be like, yeah, I'm taking your voice because you can use your sex appeal to get what you want. Can you imagine that kind of image going to girls? There's no way Disney's going to let that fly. No way. So the fact that Ariel is black is the least of the worries you guys should be complaining about. Honestly, you should be complaining about them kind of completely fuck the story over. It was sort of like Beauty and the Beast. The fact that Belle found out the whole castle was cursed. Well, and she had to fall in love with him to break the curse. Right? In the cartoon, that wasn't how it went. She actually fell in love with him and it broke the curse. So by telling her in the live action that it would break the curse, it already gave her preemptive motive. Fuck that fucking movie. I hate Beauty and the Beast, man. And that's my favorite fucking... Mad comes in with a super chat. Ariel is a mythological creature. What the fuck? What the fuck cares? What the fuck cares? WTF cares? It is what it is, man. But then again, I'm gonna say, I'm not a diehard Little Mermaid fan. I probably haven't even seen that movie in like 20 years. I honest to God, it's probably been about 20 years since I've seen that movie. I probably haven't seen that movie since like 1995. If not, so it might have been longer than 25 or 20 years. But yeah, I mean, I can understand where hardcore fans would be pissed. But I kind of defend the thing because there's nothing about it that says she has to be white. Would I prefer it if someone like Zendaya would have been cast? Sure. Only because I know Zendaya is a fucking actress and she can sing, so she can do both. I don't know how Halle Bailey can act. I don't know. I seen clips of her on Grownish, and I gotta be honest with you, there was nothing special about her acting ability that made her get that role. So, but it is what it is. There was something I was gonna say. Oh yeah, one thing I thought, because I kind of been in support of the whole Halle Bailey. I've been kind of support for her for the past couple of days, and someone wrote, well, if they cast a black man for Mr. Fantastic, you would change your mind, Rob, real quick. No, I won't. Literally, I would not care. Who cares? Who cares? They cast Michael B. Jordan as fucking Johnny Storm. Who cares? Fucking Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. Who cares? Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Unless the character is unless it changes the absolute character, then it's different. And I seen people going, this is ridiculous. I seen some white people posting on Facebook, well, we're gonna do a Martin Luther King starring Ryan Reynolds. You can't do that. Because by making Martin Luther King white, it completely changes the character. That's what I mean. You can't do that. You can't, like if they would cast Hitler as a black man, then you can like boycott it. Because the whole point of Hitler's character was he's white and he's all about the white supremacy and shit. You know what I mean? So you can't cast a white guy for fucking Martin Luther King because it completely negates the character of Martin Luther King. Oh my God. Really comes in with a super chat. They cast it that way because they want to keep the Caribbean theme song. Once she goes human, the whole environment will seem weird with a mostly white cast. We don't know it's going to be a mostly white cast now, do we? Prince Eric was the name. Prince Eric. I don't know why I thought Damien. Prince fucking Eric. Prince Eric. But, we don't know if the entire cast is going to be white. Now, this is what I would have preferred. This is what I would prefer. And I hope they do a version of this. Instead of casting Halle Bailey, maybe they should have kept Ariel White with the red hair, of course, and casted a black actor to play Prince Eric. I can think of a lot of black actors that could work with Prince Eric, for sure, or as Prince Eric, for sure. Or because I think it's important. If Disney really wants to make a statement on here, I think it's important to not make both characters black. And this is the reason why. Because if you make both characters black, then you're basically saying, well, this is just black on black love, right? Where I want the message to be, you can't choose who you love. It doesn't matter if you're a fish, if you're white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, Vietnamese, a pizza delivery guy. It doesn't matter. You fall in love with whoever you fall in love with. And I hope they have it where maybe Halle Bailey is, is Little Mermaid, is Ariel, but make Prince Eric white. And that way you have this mixed gender. Because there's more and more, not mixed gender, but mixed race. There's more and more mixed race these days, right? And it's so odd, right? Like, I was born in the 80s. You never really, it was very uncommon, right? I'll get to your question in a second, Dane. But I was born in the 80s, and it wasn't really common to see gay people and mixed race couples and stuff like that. Now it's super common, right? It's so super common. You walk into a grocery store, you got two girls holding hands, two guys holding hands. You have a black guy, white lady, a a black lady, white guy, a Hispanic with a white guy. It's everywhere, and I think it finally took generations to realize love is love. Love has no gender or race. You fall in love with whoever you fall in love with, unless of course you're Jimmy and you're in love with your sister. That is still frowned upon. Where's the iced coffee? I right here. I finished it. I finished the iced coffee already. So on to the water now. But I've always been a very strong believer in love is love. You can't help who you fall in love with. And I feel if Disney really wants to come out of the gate and have a real strong inputted voice, and I will fucking back Disney 150% if they do this. You cast Haley Bailey as Ariel. That's fine. Was she my first choice? Absolutely not. Do I have faith in her? I don't know. Her acting, I'm still iffy on. But you casted her. You stand by her. Now you cast a white man as Prince Eric. And then you fucking go all the way with that decision. You show in this movie that it doesn't matter if you're on land, on water, if you're white, if you're black, if you're a fucking mermaid, if you're human, go all the fucking way with the message of you can't help who you fall in love with. Go all the fucking way, Disney. If you're gonna fucking do it, have the fucking balls to do it and go all the way. So that's my thoughts on it. It's just to me, the race thing, it should no longer be a barrier. It should no longer be a barrier, right? Like I find a lot of black and Hispanic women very attractive. Asian women very attractive. It's like, why should someone have to hide how they feel about another race because it's another race? We're all fucking human. Hello, McFly. We're all fucking Homo sapiens. We are literally all fucking Homo sapiens, right? So Comic Chat comes in with a super chat. It's like, change the subject, please. So I will respect the chat, and I will change the subject, and I will go back up to Dane's super chat, who writes, I agree. Only people that would confuse Ariel with Mira are stupid people and little kids. Don't think kids are stupid. Honestly, do not think kids are stupid. I still remember being a young kid. I can remember all the way back before kindergarten. I have a pretty good memory. So I can remember all the way back to like when I was like 3. I can pretty much remember my earliest memories. And I always knew what was going on. I might not always had 100% understanding, but I wasn't a dumb kid that would go, oh, well, that's the chick from Aquaman. No, I wasn't that fucking stupid. Like, I looked at the Little Mermaid. I didn't think, oh, is she from Cinderella? No, I wasn't that fucking stupid. But thank you, Dane, for the super chat. But what the fuck was I going to say? Yeah. Dummies might get confused, but I wouldn't say kids would be confused. I think kids will catch on even more now because they got the internet. You know, they got the internet, so they can find everything. So, thank you for the super chat. Comic Chat comes in. He's like, please change the subject. Please. I will. I will change the subject now. However, if somebody sends in a super chat and it's about that subject, I'm going right back to that subject. It's an important subject. It's an important subject. I don't know why people are so scared about talking about this. I really don't. We got to educate our children. We got to educate the future of humanity. Well, now I don't even know what to talk about, really. But here, I do got something here. So I went up to the P.O. box the other day. Wednesday, I actually went to the P.O. box, and I got a package. And the package is from Daniel Pizzana from Texas. Daniel Pizzana. Oh, we got a super chat coming in. But before I get the super chat, just real quick, guys, you want to send me something to open up on the stream? P.O. Box right here, Robert Storm, P.O. Box 1447, Winter Haven, Florida, 3388. Well, it's supposed to be 882, not 884. So, yeah, 882, not 884. I kind of fucked that up. But, Yeah, so Jesse Lopez comes in with a super chat. Well, we got 2 super chats coming in right here, so let me hit these. First one comes from Jesse Lopez. Off-topic question: did you see John Campia's rant on the Flash situation with WB eyeing the It director? I did a whole video on that. Did I do a whole video or did I do a live stream on that? Let me check here. But yeah, I did a whole video on that. Let me see. Yes, it was a 5-minute and 17-second video up on the channel about that. And look, they want to get the It director. All the power to WB. Why Walter Hamada has decided to get nothing but horror directors for their entire superhero universe is beyond me. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I like it. I thought it was the best comedy of that year. But whatever. They want to get horror directors to do the universe. That's fine. I don't believe Ezra Miller is going to be the Flash. Regardless of what ports say, they're like, oh, yeah, he's going to start filming the Flash right after Fantastic Beasts 3. Guess what, guys? Fantastic Beasts 3 hasn't even started filming yet. And then once it starts filming, then they got to go into post-production and all that. So we're talking about, what, 3 years before they even start on the Flash? And then they got to rewrite the script and all this kind of bullshit. So why they getting an It director? I don't know. I actually like the directors for Game Night. The Game Night was a fun movie, right? I think they could have done something special with it. But do not have hope that Ezra Miller, I don't care what reports are saying. Cause I got all kinds of backlash in my video. People going, Rob, you don't know nothing. It's been confirmed. No, nothing's been confirmed, jackasses. Nothing has been confirmed. There has been rumors that he's still attached, that they're going to do it right after Fantastic Beasts. Nothing has been confirmed. You know why? Because I researched my shit. That's why. Research it. I'm not stupid. Sinister Six. I think they can do it at this point. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because they only introduced 3 villains. They introduced Mysterio, Vulture, and Scorpion. So maybe they can't. But we got another super chat coming in. I'll get with you in 1 second, my friend. But I would like to see Doc Ock. I think it's time for Doc Ock. I love Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. I want to see more of Doc Ock, I really want to see a Sinister Six. I want to see them build up to that. I don't think we're going to now, unfortunately. But because maybe if there was like an end credit scene introducing another villain, I'd be like, yeah, man, we're gonna get Doc Ock. But right now, I just don't see that. I do think Mysterio is still alive. I don't believe he's dead whatsoever. And everybody's like, well, Edith confirmed he died. Let's not forget, Mysterio held Edith for a good day. He could have reprogrammed that thing to do anything to fake that. So I still think Mysterio's alive. I would like to see Michael Keaton come back as Vulture and everything like that. But let's just see what happens. If I had to put money on it, the number one, I would. If you're taking North, that's me personally. Buddy, never once did I say you were scared. I live in South Carolina. I've been married over 20 years. Living this. Want to talk about superhero stuff, that's all. Dude, like, all the power to you, man. Interracial relationship, that's good, man. That's good. And I didn't say you were scared. It's just, I think there's a lot of ignorant people, man. I'm just trying to kind of educate it. Look, I'm not going to bullshit a bullshitter, guys. I'm not going to bullshit. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I didn't have moments where I acted like a fucking incompetent jackass, right? Like, I'm not going to sit there and tell you, back when Zendaya was MJ, I'm like, oh man, MJ's not black. Like, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that wasn't the first thought in my head, right? But I like to think that I've grown as a person, right? I've grown as I like to think that YouTube made me a better person, where I get to experience more about people. And I just kind of want to take the lessons I learned and kind of spread it to other people, where people are only looking at skin color. And I want them to, kind of look and be like, look, underneath that color, we're all the same people. Doesn't matter which part of the world we were born in. We're all the same people. But anyway, I will drop the subject like you want. We'll go back to superhero stuff. But I just wanted to kind of educate people. That was all, my friend. But thank you so much for the super chat, comic chat. So, back to the back to reality. I got this package in on Wednesday. And if you guys want to send it, anything, I'll open up on my live streams. I was going to do a whole video open it, but you know what? I might still do that video, so I'm not going to open this. But I got a package, and I don't want to open it. I'll save it for a separate video. But my P.O. box is 1447 Winter Haven, Florida 33882. I don't know why I put 884 in the picture, but it's 882. So I'll throw that right there. Throw that right there, cracker. What time is it? I still got 2 episodes of Stranger Things to watch. Still got 2 episodes of Stranger Things to watch, man. But I'm trying to think of what other news. So The Walking Dead ended. That's fucking crazy, right? That ended out of nowhere. That kind of really, really bothered me. Just like out of nowhere, Robert Kirkman's like, boom, we're ending. That bothered me to no end. The issue was fantastic. I cried like a bitch in this one part of the book. There was one part in the book I just cried like a little girl. And I'm sad to see it go, just like I'm sad to see Invincible go. Hopefully, who knows, maybe they'll bring it back at some point. One could hope, right? But we don't know. There was something going on. There was something important going on, and I can't remember what it was. Like I did a whole video. Like I was gonna set up a topic for tomorrow's video about it. It was important, and I can't remember what it was. It had something big happened, and I can't remember what it was. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm pretty sure someone did a video on it. Cause somebody sent me some shit, and they're like, "Rob, we need you to talk about this." And I was gonna go see Avengers Endgame re-release last night, but I didn't. Cause I was going out on a date last night, and originally we planned to go see Avengers Endgame re-release, and the movie started at 10:30. And I got there, I was like, hey, I really don't want to see Avengers Endgame. It's just like, I am tired. Like, we can go if you want to, but I'm just letting you know, I'm probably going to fall asleep. I've only had like 3 hours sleep all day. I was at the Halo convention all day. Like, letting you know, I'm probably going to fall asleep. And the bonus footage that they added, I heard it is really nothing worth going to see. That is pretty much crap. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go see this. So we ended up going to see Spider-Man Far From Home, which I did fall asleep in for a few minutes. I mean, I was just exhausted. I was going to fall asleep regardless. But the beginning of that movie is just fucking awful. The first 40 minutes of that movie is just horrendous. Horrendous, man. Everything with the school and the blip and the teachers, and it's just awful, man. I wish they would have spent more time just focused on MJ and Peter, and Nick Fury was awful too. Like, I know he was a Skrull, whatever. It was cringeworthy, man. It really was. It was absolutely positively cringeworthy. So I actually, after seeing the movie the second time, I'm going down to like a 6.5. Originally I said, yeah, it's about a 7.5. Yeah, I went down to a 6.5. I had my cat. I actually did not have as much fun with the movie as I did the first time. And I actually had more alcohol. I had more alcohol this time. And I guess because I knew what was going to happen, and I knew I had to sit through that fucking, the first hour of it. But, like, once the fighting began, like, once Mysterio and Peter started fighting, that's when the movie took off. Like I say, the turning point of the movie where I turned and was like, okay, I like everything from here onward, was when Peter gave Edith the glasses. Or Peter gave Edith the glasses. When Peter gave Quinn Edith, that's when the movie got better. That's when the turn comes, and that's when you start talking about it and get into the movie, the Quentin Beck versus Peter Parker movie. Whereas everything up to that was the stupid crap, like stupid Saved by the Bell. It's an insult to Saved by the Bell to compare it to Saved by the Bell. That's how bad it was. It was cringeworthy. You know, oh, Peter has a perfume allergy. Oh, we gotta do something with that. It was like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's so stupid. I hate the teachers. I hate the kids. I hate Flash Thompson. I hate Betty Brant. I hate that stupid kid Brad. I just hate everything with those kids. I really wish the airplane would have crashed. I really do. Ned is annoying. God, Ned, why can't they just kill him off, man? Why can't they just kill Ned off? And I hate the fact that everybody got dusted. Nobody aged except for a character they didn't even introduce before. Maybe he was in Homecoming. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Homecoming. But it's like, why? Why couldn't they? Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? They could have easily just, like, kept Ned around, and then Ned would have been different. Or maybe Flash Thompson got something. Something. They could have done something, but they didn't. It was so cookie cutter. And it was like there was no consequences from Endgame in the snap. Like, we're in 2021 in this movie. There's no consequences. Doesn't look like anything was affected in the world. You know, and it was just stupid. And then, like, the whole Whitney Houston going, and I will always love you. And then they had like the Tony Stark shit and stuff, and it was just fucking stupid. Like, the whole beginning of that movie was cringe worthy. And I swear to God, if I heard fucking Betty Brant and Ned Lee say "babe" one more time, I was gonna throw a fucking cup at the goddamn screen. It was just awful. When the trailers are the best part of the movie, you got a problem. But with that said, once Mysterio and Spider-Man went going, it went going. And then at that point, it was pretty good. You know, Spider-Man acted like Spider-Man. He relied on the spider sense, regardless they called it some stupid shit like Peter Tingles. Peter relied on his brains to kind of come up with stuff to get shit done. It made sense. I just wish they would have him fucking quip when he fights. Like, he did it all, like, in Civil War, he did it all the time. Civil War, Infinity War, when he fought, he used quips, man. Like, you got a metal arm? That's awesome, dude. You know, stuff like that. Like, none of that was in here, man. You can, like, hey, fishbowl head or something. We got a super chat coming in from Dane Insane. WB's production issues are why I label the DCU as an anthology series instead of a chronological series like the MCU. Also, congrats on the date, man. Here's a bit more money as a gift. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm not going to say no to money, but, I mean, you didn't have to. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I really do. As for the WBE production issues you label as an anthology, I mean, I guess you can. Because, well, now it's like the worlds of DC, which sounds fucking stupid. Because the Joker's not going to be attached. And, yeah, so the Joker movie's not going to be attached. But, you know, they got Shazam and all this stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I guess you can go ahead and look at it as an anthology. I'm not going to say you're wrong. It's your opinion. I mean, that thing is so jacked up right now, you can probably use that. I mean, that's probably the only thing you can say. But, Warner Brothers is fucked up 5 ways from Sunday, man. They really are. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing over there. They cast fucking horror directors for their entire universe. You know? It's like, Jesus, monkey Christ, man. But WB, there hasn't really been any news over on their front other than the old It director doing the Flash. Which I'm cool with only because I liked it. But I really wish they would have kept the directors for game night. But, of course, Ezra Miller was clashing with them. And, you know, one thing had to go. And I guess it was them. And this is like the 6th director on the damn project. But, yeah, so thank you for the super chat. Dwayne Insane. I appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, I'm hoping WB gets their shit together. I really do. Everybody always, you know, labels me as the hater, the DC Warner Brothers hater, which isn't the fact. I'm a massive Warner Brothers fan. That's false. I'm not a Warner Brothers fan, but I am a DC fan. And I want to see them succeed. I want to see a good, successful DC universe with a good, successful Marvel universe where I can wait 3 years, go see a fantastic Justice League every 4 years, and then every other, so on. I get to see a great Avengers League, and I want to be able to, or Avengers movie. I want to be able to have a great Justice League film on par with Infinity War and Endgame, but it's just, well, it's always easier to get rid of the actor or the directors rather than the actors. My video's blurry. I can't help that, my friend. Cannot help that. I didn't do anything to it. And I will always love you, Danny Graham. But yeah, so with that said, man, I really wish Warner Brothers and DC would get their shit together soon and start putting out better fucking movies. It's not that hard to really. Got a super chat coming in from Jess M. And Jess writes, really enjoy watching these videos and agree with your opinions on the topics talked about so far. These live discussions are always great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jess, for your super chat donation. I appreciate that very, very much. So thank you. Maybe next time add a question in there so I can actually talk about it instead of you paying me $20 just to compliment me. I don't know what the blurry thing is. Oh damn, not again, please. What blurry? What there's nothing blurry on my end, guys. There's nothing blurry on my end. Oh guys, check this shit out, right? Check this shit out. It's my Covenant Escape shirt from the Halo Outpost. So yesterday in Orlando, there was a Halo convention called Halo Outpost. And me, my buddy Dion and Lee went there. And it's a convention just for Halo. And they had like these different events set up. Right? And one of them was a Covenant escape room, right? So we waited in line for about an hour and a half. It was the first thing we did when we got there. Went to the escape room. And they put us in this room, and it looks like the Covenant ship, and we have to solve puzzles in order to escape. The first puzzle was like Simon Says. You have to match it'll blink these lights, and you have to match it. I'm like, Lee, you do this. You're better at games than me. You do this. God, there's no way I'm going to memorize that. So he gets us past that. Then we go in another room, and we have to turn these things to make these energy shield things connect in order to get to the next room. So we get that. And then we get to this one part where we have to twist these knobs in order to unlock these tubes that come out. Like there's these 3 power cells. You have to turn these knobs to unlock the power cell, take the power cell, stick it in the door. Right? And it was the final room. And my knob isn't turning. My knob is turning, but the cylinder's not coming out. So the lady who works there is like, oh, it must be stripped. Unfortunately, you're going to have to fail the mission. You're not going to be able to get out of the escape room. Or you're going to fail the escape room. And I was like, not on my watch, man. I took the handle and I ripped it out. And then I took the bar that the knob was attached to, and I twisted the bar to make the cylinder come out. And then I stuck the thing back on the bar. So it was hilarious because everybody's watching him, and I'm like, not on my watch, man. And I ripped the fucking thing off and did it old school. And we got it, and then we locked it up, and then we had to find 2 matching keys for each door in order to get out. And we passed. So that was awesome. And then they had the 3v3 Team Slayer VR. Here's the problem with that, right? It's 3v3. They had 2 set up, right? So 12 people can go at a time. There was 2 lines, right, that snaked. The wait time for that thing was 3 hours because 3 people go in, and it takes like 15 minutes to set up to get the gear off and stuff. So like we were in line for an hour and we only moved 10 feet. I'm like, look guys, I'm not doing this. So then we went over to the laser tag and the line was just as long. And I'm like, man, and Eric Fisher comes in with a super chat. Unfortunately, he did not write a question, but I see he wrote something here. Super chat did not let me message why, or was going to ask car situation getting better. Yeah, apparently in order to leave a message, you have to like donate $2 for some reason. I don't know what that is about. But so long story short, I'm getting a lot more super chats in here. The Halo convention was awesome. I bought the shirt as the commemorative of my MVP status. They had like 150 TV set up with the Halo game. It was a giant LAN party. It was awesome, just being a Halo fan. So let me get to these super chats. So Eric Fisher came in with the $1 super chat who asked about the car situation. Car situation has been good. As you guys know, I sold my entire comic book collection in order to get a down payment for a new car. I have a 2017 Chevy Sonic right now, and runs great. It started making a little weird noise, so I brought it to my shop on Wednesday morning. And the guy said, look, someone put the brakes in crooked. That's what was making the sound. So I needed new brakes and rotors. Only cost me $200. I had $200 in the bank left over from, my donations that I got when everybody donated to my PayPal. I had money left over from that in my comic book collection in order to get the brakes fixed. So everything's going good. My first car payment is on the 10th of this month, which I have to pay $150 a month or every pay. So it's going to be $300 a month. So yeah, yeah, so far everything, knock on wood, has been good with the car. So thank you so much, Eric, for your super chat donation, buddy. Maz comes in. Who would thought Flash would take this long? We about to have Suicide Squad 2, Wonder Woman 2, The Batman. Shit, Flash TV will hit its 8th season when... That's what I'm saying. The Flash is not hard to come up with, man. We have like 8 seasons of The Flash, right? We have animated movies of The Flash. We have comic book for source material. Why is the Flash movie so hard to come up with? It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It is the easiest thing to come up with. Really, I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. It is literally the easiest thing to come up with. I could write a fucking script for that. It is so fucking simple. And it is the key to doing a soft reboot to your universe. You want to bring Robert Pattinson into the main universe instead of having, Ben Affleck character be absent. You want to change Henry Cavill. You can do all that with Flashpoint. It's not hard. I don't understand why they're dragging their feet on this. And like, oh, the 500th director on this is going to be the main one. It's like almost like the Crow reboot. It's like they just can't get it right. But thank you, man, for the super chat. Fahala comes in with a super chat who writes, prediction, when we finally get Norman Osborn, it will be revealed that he's an old college buddy of Tony Stark, because that's the direction the MCU is going with Peter's villains. Fortunately, I have to kind of agree with you, man. Fortunately, I'm going to have to agree with you, because, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with, the Vulture. Tony Stark pretty much screwing over the Vulture, so he's like, okay, I'm going to use this alien tech to, kind of make money for it. Sort of like, it could all these villains have been connected to Tony Stark, or Tony Stark screwed them at one point or another. So yeah, it would kind of make sense. Like, oh yeah, Norman knew who Tony Stark was. They were roommates in college and best friends and all this shit. And now that Tony's out of the picture, Norman's gonna move in on Stark Enterprise or some shit, and Oscorp is gonna take over Stark Enterprise. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if that is not a thing that happens. Or Doc Ock comes in and he's a former employee of Stark Enterprises and this accident happened and Stark tried to cover it up. I wouldn't be surprised if any of that. It's basically like what they were doing with Amazing Spider-Man and the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, where all these characters' abilities and stuff are coming from Oscorp. Actually, Ultimate Spider-Man comic books were like that. Like, all these people were coming from Oscorp. So it would be like everybody's attached to Tony in some way. It looks like that's where it's going. I don't have a problem with that, personally. If they want to connect it and say, hey, look, Norman and Stark, they used to do shit, and they had a falling out, and now Stark's gone. Norman's trying to be the number one, big thing outside of Stark Enterprises. So I think that works pretty good. So thank you, Valhalla, for the super chat. We go to Walter617, super chat. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Defenders, Tulu? Possibly. That is the rumor. You forgot the Punisher, though. That's the one I'm most looking forward to. Daredevil and Punisher. You forgot both of those, and those are the two I watched the most. I love Daredevil, and I love the Punisher. Hopefully Hulu, who knows? I think it's fair to say at this point, they're not a part of the MCU, because if they were a part of the MCU, we would have saw them at the end of Endgame in that giant battle. Like, really, how hard would it have been to be like, hey, we're going to bring these guys into the final battle. Sorry, I thought I heard something. But, yeah, so who knows? That is the rumor that they're probably going to, once the rights go up officially with Netflix, they're going to live on Hulu. I hope so, because I really want to see a Defenders 2. I want to see a Daredevil 4. I want to see a Punisher 3. So, let's hope, Walter. Let's hope. Valhalla comes in with another super chat who wrote, thoughts on rumors of Batman director considering making Alfred a female. That would be kind of badass. Okay, so that would be badass. Okay, if she's like this like sexy ass kicking butler, right? That would be badass. The problem with that is if Matt Reeves makes her a female or makes Alfred a female, then it is completely not part of the DCEU, which I would be pissed at. Because I want stuff to be more attached to the DCEU. So if you make Alfred a female, I don't care. I think it would be awesome. However, it completely takes Batman out of the DCEU, and I wanted to see Jeremy Irons in there. I want connective tissue. I'm tired of Warner Brothers going, oh, we're going to do standalones from now on. No, I want connective tissue. And you know what? I'm not the only one that wants connective tissue, because Avengers Endgame is the second highest grossing movie of all fucking time. So apparently there's a lot of people that want connective tissue. And you're not going to get people invested if you're constantly doing solo films. It's like, yeah, people are going to be looking forward to the next Batman movie, but you know what? They'll be looking forward to it more if it was built up in other movies. And that's the reason why Captain Marvel made more money than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was far superior film. Was a much better film. But the reason why Captain Marvel made $1 billion is because of the end credit scene at the end of Infinity War. They built up suspense. If you don't have movies that are connected, you can't build suspense. So, yeah, although I think it would be like sexy and badass to have Alfred a female, it completely would disconnect it from the MCU. And not only that, then you run into the thing of, oh, well, she's a female and she's my butler. Like, then you're going to have, like, SJWs going, oh, that's sexist as fuck and all that shit. And then, yeah, so you run into a lot of trouble if you do that. I personally don't care. I can take it either way, but I much prefer staying in the DCEU. So thank you, Valhalla. Comic Chat comes in. Everybody in the Sinister Six will have an axe to grind with Tony. And since he is dead, they're going to take it out on his protege. Ironheart could be introduced. 100% agree with you on everything you just stated, Comic Chat. Sinister Six could easily be former employees of Stark. You can make, Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius part of Stark Industries at one point. You know what I think would be awesome? If Justin Hammer came back. Hammer Industries plays a huge role in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books early on. We know that Hammer Industries had a thing against Tony in Iron Man 2, right? And we know that he helped create Whiplash and all this. And we believe Justin Hammer got arrested at the end of Iron Man 2, but he could have got off. He had billions of dollars. What if Justin Hammer tries in maybe the next Spider-Man movie, Hammer Industries tries to rise up because Tony's out of the picture, and he's feuding with Pepper Potts and Stark Industries, and then maybe a couple villains come from that. Maybe Otto Octavius goes over to Hammer Industries because Justin Hammer offers him more ability to work on his equipment or whatnot. They could do something like that. And I think it would be smart, very smart in fact, if they would introduce two characters in Peter's high school. Riri Williams, who is in fact Ironheart, I think that would be a smart thing to do. Then you can set the groundwork to bring her in, and I think it would be smart if they show Kamala Khan, who is now Miss Marvel. So then you could set up a possible Kamala Khan Miss Marvel movie. You can set up Riri Williams Ironheart movie. You can easily, it could be an end credit scene for Ironheart. It really could. You do Spider-Man 3, end credit scene. You have Pepper Potts doing like the presentation like Tony usually does, like in Civil War, where he's, have Pepper going, hey, we want to introduce this year's full cover scholarship to Riri Williams, and then just have Riri come up, and boom, you just end. That's all you need. And that is enough setup for Ironheart. That's all you need. If you can get Captain Marvel to over $1 billion with a fucking beeper in a street, then you can have an end credit scene at the end of Spider-Man 3 where Pepper Potts is like, this year's scholarship goes to Riri Williams. You probably don't even need to show Riri at that point. Just say Riri Williams. I would prefer if they showed the actress, as long as it ain't Haley Bailey. But you can actually show the actress, and boom, there's your Ironheart 3 or Ironheart movie. Perfect setup. Might not hit $1 billion, but it would definitely make a damn good profit. And I think it perfectly sets it up. I think it's perfect. But yes, I definitely think they can set up Ironheart that way with Kamala Khan. They can add they can add Kamala Khan early on in the movie. It could be just like a throwaway, sort of like how Cindy Moon had a throwaway line in Homecoming. Like she was introduced. You could do the same thing with Kamala Khan, and then save the big reveal at the end with Riri Williams, with her getting a scholarship and whatnot. I think that would work so good. Comic Chat comes in with another super chat. Hammer hires Kraven to take out Spider-Man. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. Would that be awesome? Yeah. Because of, the standalone movie, like I just said. And I'm officially out of water, man. I'm out of water. But at the end of the movie, right? At the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, what happens in the movie? Mysterio reveals who Spider-Man is. That's Peter Parker, right? What if in Spider-Man 3, Kraven the Hunter comes to New York hunting Spider-Man and Peter Parker? What happens if there's like this giant reward, this giant bounty hunter to bring in Spider-Man, and Peter Parker's on the run, and Kraven the Hunter is brought in to take him out, right? What happens if Norman Osborn hires Kraven to take out Spider-Man, right? And then midway through, Kraven realizes that Peter is the good guy and Norman was the one manipulating and everything. That would be a great thing. But like I said, that's sort of impossible comic. Only because Sony is already in production. Very loose production. I don't think they have a full script or anything. But we know that that's one of the standalone movies they want to do. They want to do the Kraven Hunter movie. They want to do a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie. We know they're going to do a Venom 2. And we know, of course, Morbius is already in production now. So I definitely think that is what they're going to do. I would love to see Kraven. I think Kraven would be an awesome third villain. Like Spider-Man Home Again. You bring in Spider-Man and Kraven comes to New York to try to hunt him. I think that would be awesome. I really do. So, yeah. Let me check something, because I might be ending the stream here in a second. I want to go back and watch some Stranger Things. Yeah, I think I might end the stream. Go watch some Stranger Things, finish that up. But if you guys have any final questions, you guys can start throwing in your final questions, and we'll start wrapping this up. Just right off the bat, I just want to tell everybody that thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting the channel, watching the live stream. Do plan on doing another stream tomorrow night as well. I want to thank everybody for coming out, for doing the super chat donations. You guys are the lifeline of this channel. You really, 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 really are. Hopefully, I will finish Stranger Things. I only got 2 episodes left. I'm gonna probably finish that, play some Nintendo Switch, probably lay, in the bed, sleeping the rest of the night, enjoying the vacation. Yeah. So that's the plan, and then hopefully tomorrow the live stream discussion will be Stranger Things season 3 spoiler live discussion. So hopefully that will be the discussion for tomorrow. Stranger Things live discussion or season 3 live discussion, unless some big news breaks. I actually don't even have a topic for tomorrow's video. I know my aerial videos are doing really well. Like I have not hit a video that hit in double digit thousands and since Avengers Endgame, I think. Right? So my Little Mermaid video from 2 days ago is at for tomorrow, because right now I don't have anything to talk about tomorrow. So yeah, but who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you all so very much for the live discussion, for coming out, supporting me. Thank you guys so much for your super chats and everything, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be sure to keep talking about Little Mermaid. I mean, as long as it keeps bringing in views, I'm going to talk about whatever gives me views, because I need views. I can't build the channel if I don't have views. If I did a topic on the Flash director, I got like 2,000 views. I make a topic about Little Mermaid, I get 17,000 views. I understand I have to talk about certain things, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about something if I know I'm only going to get 1,000 views, right? When I can talk about something more topical, more important. I auto read Spoiler Man from Far From Home. What? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all so much for coming out and supporting the channel. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms. Oh, we got it. Whoa, hold on. Time out. Super chat coming at the last second. Dude, you mad? You mad? You got that close, son. My hand was on the mouse, right? I was like right here. I was ready to click, and then you threw in that super chat. You threw in that super chat, man. You think you slick. As long as you throw in super chats, I'm going to keep on going. That's why our Spider-Man review was longer than the actual movie. All right, since there's super chat, I will go ahead and talk about it. So Matt comes in with a super chat, and he writes, Sinister Six could still happen in Spider-Man 3, because now they can add a few villains to make up the Sinister Six without explaining their motive by Spider-Man's identity out. Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about that, right? So I think they can do 4 villains right off the top. That's already been set up, right? Mysterio, I believe, is still alive. Vulture, Scorpion, and the Shocker. These were characters that were already established in the first 2 movies, okay? Now, they can probably do Doc Ock without explaining too much about him, right? You could have a scene where, boom, there's Doc Ock, right? And then who would you get for the 6th villain at that point? You would need a 6th villain unless, and here's the thing, they introduced a Prowler as another villain for Sinister Six. Prowler has already been introduced. Donald Glover is in the universe. It wouldn't be that hard to explain. He could be a common crook that Spider-Man busts early on in the movie, gets arrested. Then we move on to the grand finale, and the grand finale could be Doc Ock, and then Doc Ock busts everybody out, and then they become the Sinister Six for the end of the movie. It's possible they can do that, yeah, I think that's very possible they can do that. So it would be Doc Ock as leader, Vulture, Mysterio, Shocker, Scorpion, and Prowler. It could work. It's kind of an odd bunch for the Sinister Stick. I would much prefer if there's Electro in there, or I would prefer if Electro was in there besides Prowler. But there's no way you're gonna have time in that movie to set up a Doc Ock and Electro. You would automatically have to establish that Electro has already existed, and that might be a little muddy to do. So I think it would be smart if you start the movie off with Prowler, have Peter bust him, get him in jail, have Doc Ock go through the whole process of becoming Doc Ock, and then he go to the prison, bust out everybody, and they join him to take out Spider-Man at the end. It would be kind of a rushed Sinister Six movie. I would much prefer my Sinister Six movie to have a little bit more what's the word? More character development personally, but yeah. So I don't know. That's the way I can think of it. If they want to do a Spider-Man 3, is set up that, and there's rumor that Donald Glover might be in Black Panther 2, which means Prowler would be going to Wakanda or something, or T'Challa will be coming to New York or something of that. I'm not too sure on that, but anyway, that's my thoughts on it, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. So thank you so much, Matt, for your super chat, my friend. Chameleon's a good one, but you would have to establish him unless he's already been there the entire time, which we don't know. But I don't know why I'm looking over here and I didn't even click the camera, so yeah, I don't know. Thank you all so much for coming out, checking out the live stream. Thank you all so much for your super chat donations. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully finishing Stranger Things tonight, so we can talk about that tomorrow. And yeah, guys, thank you all so very much. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Good night, everybody.